I'm Kemi, creator of Who Are You, a podcast on purpose. I have conversations with people near and far about how they are finding their way, starting with one simple yet complex question: who are you? In these reflection episodes, I share my takeaways as well as my insights on Friday conversations with my guests near and far. My very first guest was Sutanya Dacres. So, what did y'all think? I was inspired by her journey of healing through the meals that she made for herself and enjoyed by herself. I love to cook, but I'm a lazy cook when it comes to preparing meals for myself. It's true, but I am very much into food as medicine. So I cook for myself, begrudgingly when I start, but it does become meditative when I get into it. What I hadn't thought about until my conversation with Sutanya is cooking as an intentional form of self-love. What food would you prepare to express your love for yourself? I'm going to take Sutanya's approach and answer with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For me, breakfast would be scrambled eggs with plantain and a side of ketchup. If you know, you know. And yes, I am one of those people who likes ketchup on my eggs, and growing up, plantain was a staple side in my household. Lunch would be a kale and broccoli salad bowl with sunflower seeds and dried cranberries and cherries with a creamy dressing of any type, except for ranch. Or an In-N-Out burger, because sometimes it be like that. Dinner would be a mixed green salad with beets and a boiled egg. And for dessert, cherries or green grapes. I love green grapes. Or a white chocolate raspberry cake from Nothing But Cake. I am simple yet complex, folks. And another insight I took away from our conversation was the nature and maybe even the deeper purpose of divorce and death. Like death, divorce is scary. I've struggled with the fear of death for a large part of my life. And about 15 years ago, I began to unpack my fear of death, which has led to a growing acceptance and even an appreciation for the impermanence of life. But divorce, the ending of a marriage, it's like a kind of death when you think about it. So let's take a moment to explore the similarities between divorce and death. Stay with me, people. I'm going somewhere with this. In no particular order, divorce and death is an ending to an experience. It's painful, and for a number of us, it's excruciatingly painful. It's hard to process, and for many of us, it's hard to accept. We generally don't look forward with anticipation to either of these things. It's expensive. It usually affects more than one person and relationship. It's disruptive, and both can change us forever. What I gathered from our conversation was that through her trauma, cooking and intentionally eating her own food had become almost like a spiritual practice. Sutanya's experience has seemed to open her up to new possibilities of what love is and what it could be. It has led her to the Dinner for One podcast, a new path, maybe even a new purpose. She lost love, but she gained it. Like Sutanya, embracing and healing from my fear of death has awakened my sense of spirituality, faith, trust in the journey. Some might call our experiences a gift. I would say at the very least, we found quite a silver lining. My next guest is accountant turned visual artist, Abi Salami. That episode drops this Friday, August 21st. Episodes drop every Monday and Friday. You can get early access by joining the email list at waypodcast.com. That's WAY podcast.com. WAY is the acronym for Who Are You? Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel to see and hear the conversations. And for your listen-only pleasure, you can subscribe to the Who Are You podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. And if you're like me and want to cut to the chase, I made it easy for you with timestamps in the description of every YouTube episode and in the show notes in the audio episodes. Lastly, if you have questions, I may have answers. Leave a comment on YouTube or email me at podcastwhoareyou all one phrase, podcastwhoareyou@gmail.com. I'm Kemi, signing off.